Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or depending on what time you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Today, I am in Edgartown, Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, for a screening of Materialists at the Edgartown Cinemas. Now, there's something very unique about this specific theater when it comes to film history. That's because where this theater is located in Edgartown happens to be where one of the most famous movies ever was filmed, and that happens to be Jaws. So actually, where we are right now, there are a ton of filming locations that happen in Jaws surrounding me just within a few blocks. In fact, this building right behind me is the Edgartown Town Hall, where the scene with Quint scratching the chalkboard took place, basically back in this area right here. And it's just funny to think that the movie theater is just right across the street from that. As I mentioned this before, there are over 200,000 movie theater screens in the world, and within the last handful of years, about 5,000 of them have closed. So this is my effort to experience as many movie theaters as I can. So I figured since I'm here in Martha's Vineyard, I might as well check out the only active movie theater on the island, which is the Edgartown Cinemas. So I'm about to head inside and give the grand tour. So this is the side of the theater. It goes pretty far back. I'm wondering if that is actually the theater up there, because they do share the space with a diner, it looks like, Edgartown Diner. So I'm wondering if the theater is actually up here, and we'll find out when I go in. But this is basically, the side of the building. And I know it's kind of hard to see in there. I don't see anything in there that looks like a movie theater. So yeah, I wonder if the actual theater is upstairs, but we'll find out when we head inside. But yeah, as I was saying, there's the Edgartown Town Hall where they filmed part of Jaws. This is basically Edgartown right here.
I heard it was terrible.
Then there's the movie theater. So yeah, I've never seen a movie theater that just goes right into like a hallway. There's like a department store to the left. The movie posters here. Pretty excited for this one. I was a huge fan of Barbarian. But yeah, you basically just come all the way down to the end of the hallway. There it is. Cinemas 1 and 2 box office set. This is actually a stage play that's coming to Martha's Vineyard in July. Robert Shaw's son, Ian Shaw, plays his father. And I think this theater specifically shows Jaws once a week. I think it's like every Sunday they do a screening. Okay, yep, I was right. The theater is upstairs. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's like a huge movie poster.
I just paid for myself.
So here's the staircase where we just came in on. So yes, it is upstairs. And here's basically the lobby. And a bunch of like... Oh yeah, you can even see outside where we were. Yeah, so there's like a little patio out here. And that's where I was shown the side. And here are the cinemas. Cinema 1, which is where I'll be. Cinema 2. Restrooms. Let's go take a look at the theater. There's a pretty good amount of people here. I wonder if they're all here for How to Train Your Dragon. This is the theater. Oh wow, it's small. Very old. Yeah, it's definitely small. Holy smokes. Screen is decent size. I'm just curious. I want to see what Cinema 2 looks like because I would imagine that's the busier movie, How to Train Your Dragon. I just want to see if it's any bigger. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger.
Why do you like to sit? I don't know. Middle, so right after that. Okay, sit down. Okay. Back.
All right, so I got my popcorn, and because I'm in Martha's Vineyard, I had to get Jaws 50th anniversary cup, and I decided to sit in the back of the theater, which is actually not too bad. The view's pretty decent. But yeah, these two screens are pretty small, and it's a pretty busy theater tonight. I don't know if it's because, I don't know, I really couldn't say. They only have 2 screenings total, one for each movie. It's really interesting. It's a little warm in the lobby because I feel like, well, you are basically, it feels like you're in an attic. If you look at the design, it feels like this was like, I don't know, just like the top of a building. It's really interesting, but yeah, I'll give my review of the movie after. I'll do a review of the theater and talk about anything else. All right, and I just got out of a screening of Materialist here at the Edgartown Cinemas. First off, just wanted to show off my sweet Jaws 50th anniversary cup that I got. As far as the movie, I really enjoyed it. It was an interesting take on love and relationships with this kind of rich versus poor dynamic going on. And I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would. As far as like Celine's songs, movies go, I would still put Past Lives above this, but I really liked this one. It was pretty packed theater, and I did end up actually moving my seat from the back to closer to the front because there was 2 people behind me that kind of just kept mumbling throughout, and I had to move. The theater was really cool. I really liked the old school art house vibe to it. And it actually reminded me of the movie theater, the art house movie theater I worked at that sadly closed. But we had 3 screens there. 1 was big, 2 were small. The 2 here reminded me of the 2 small ones with that like kind of single row or single aisle, I mean, with the kind of the skinny rows, I call it. They had a lot of, Jaws stuff throughout. And I would say it kind of felt like, I mentioned this before, like in the lobby, it just feels like you're in like an attic. And it was kind of weird, but really interesting. And it was a little warm up there, so I guess there was that. The theater was fine though, that felt comfortable. Their popcorn was good. They had the same bags that we used to have at the art house theater, and of course got my cup, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, overall, really good experience here at the Edgartown Cinemas. If you're ever in town and you're gonna come and hang out and do some Jaws themed stuff, make sure to stop by and go see a movie. All right.
See you, chump.